Hello guys, this is Hectic. Today I want to show you a build that allows you to have the most damage in the game by using Breakthrough, allows you to heal yourself by using the Widowmaker, allows use of the DR12 Quasar, which is actually the highest DPS weapon in the game, and also the highest stealth damage weapon, which is Crash. And also the use of smart weapons like Ashura or Skippy, which are in my opinion the best smart weapons, at least for this build. The only drawback is you'll have low HP, but that is mitigated by having high armor and the immunity to all elemental damage. Now let's get into the meat of things. You'll want 20 in reflexes, technical ability and cool, with the leftover points into intelligence for a bit of crit rate, crit damage, and the optional use of a cyber deck for the legendary quick hack called Short Circuit, which activates with every single hit since you'll crit rate all the time when you'll finish building your character, or the use of a Sandevy stun from fingers if you don't punching, cause otherwise you won't have him as a Reaper Duck. You can use the MK4 one or the MK5 one if you want to show off your damage, but the MK4 one is better. Now for the actual perk points, I have 20 more than are available through leveling, but you can actually get those with perk shards, and I'll put a link in the description on how to get those. Now in reflexes, keep in mind Eagle Eye is actually a filler perk, but it helps a bit with getting headshot with the breakthrough. This one is not needed at all, I just put it in because I didn't have anything else to put it in. And for handguns, keep in mind that you'll want to get everything that is related to damage, headshot damage, crit rate first, and then think about stuff like reloading. And keep in mind this one is actually a filler perk, so don't get it unless you have points available. For technical ability, get Green's Monkey to be able to craft epic items, Edge Runner Artisan for the legendary items, and Cutting Edge and Field Ignition for a bit of extra damage. Waste Not Want Not is actually very useful, because you'll be able to get legendary mods and rarer mods that you won't need to buy this way. And in engineering, get everything here except Superconductor, Play with Angles, and Revamp. These three don't work right now, but the rest are very useful for this build, including Blast Shielding, since it works on some situations with reducing damage from explosion. But if you're actually very close to the explosion or right on top of it, it won't help that much. Now in cool, I got the perks that help with stealth first, but depends on your playstyle. What is required is the immunity to poison, since it's much better to have full immunity all the time than getting one that helps with cold blood only. Now you should also get the poison stuff. Chief Death is actually very useful for being tanky. This one also, since you'd want more movement speed all the time. And in Cold Blood, everything here is useful, but the resistance thing is not, because you'll be immune to everything anyway. And Merciless doesn't work right now. The rest are actually required for the build. In Intelligence, these aren't required, but they may help when you want to flex with damage. And this one is the only one that I actually recommend putting in, with the rest being if you want to use some other quick hacks just to have fun. Now let's get into other stuff like clothing mods. You'll want Armadillo on basically every piece of armor, but you'll also want Fortuna and Bully. one in each, because any more won't stack and won't be useful at all, and you'll just be gimping yourself with lower defense. You'll also want this one, cut it out, because it's the only clothing mod that helps with immunity to bleeding, and there's no cyberware for that, so it's actually very useful, and there's only one place to get it, and I'll show you how to get it and what to do to actually get it and not miss it. You have to go here on the map. It's called the Avante store, right here. The only problem is, if you already visited the store and you haven't bought the mod, you won't be able to get it later. It's a bug in the game, and it's the same way for all the clothing stores. For example, here I already got it, and he won't sell it anymore, and he won't sell anything of value anymore.
Still here.
For the weapon mods, you'd want to get Vendetta, and the best weapon to put it on, in my opinion, is Breakthrough, cause that way you'll get the most damage possible, and who doesn't want to flex damage, right? And I'll put a link in the description with a guide on how to get it. The other ones that you'd want to consider using would be Crunch and Pacifier. On Breakthrough, you'd want to get 1 Vendetta and 3 Pacifiers, and on the other weapons you'd mostly want to get 1 Crunch and 3 Pacifiers, since if you'd get more than 1 Crunch, you'd get diminishing returns. But on the Widowmaker, the best way to have more damage, since it fires 12 bullets at once, would be to have all weapon slots equipped with Crunch. Now for the Cyberware, on the frontal cortex you'd want visual cortex support, limbic system enhancement, mechatronic core. On the Kiroshi, optics, trajectory analysis, weak spot detection, and threat detector. For the circulatory system, you'd want feedback circuit. Any would do, but this one heals more, so why not? It's actually for the Widowmaker, because it fires 12 bullets, so that means you get a lot of healing. For the immune system, Shock and Awe is nice to have but not mandatory, and Pain Detector the same, but it's actually pretty good with 10% less damage at all times. On the nervous system, any rarity of these two will do. For the skin, you'd want Heat Converter, and this is why you want to have this instead of immunity for cold blood, because this way you'll have immunity at all times, and sometimes you'll get a bit more damage. Subdermal armor and ground plating. For the skeleton, bionic joints to reduce recoil, titanium bones to have a bit more care weight since you only have 3 points in body, smart link for the hands. For the arms, anything would do, since you can't get any resistances or crit chance or damage, since those don't work actually. For the legs, it's a no-brainer, reinforced tendons for the double jump. For the operating system, you'd want a cyber deck like this one that improves quick hack damage by 30%, or a Sandevistan. The Quiant Sandevistan NK4 from Fingers, that actually helps with having a very low cooldown on it, with the Heatsink mod. Or the Warp Dancer Sandevistan NK5, that helps with getting the most damage possible with these modes. As for the quick hacks I'm using, the most important ones are Ping and Short Circuit. The other ones are filler, just to have fun with them. You may notice I have legendary quick hacks, even though I have 8 intelligence. That's thanks to Scotty D Gaming, and I'll put a link in the description with a guide that he's got. It's actually very useful. It allows you to get any legendary quick hack with very little intelligence. You can have 3 and also have all the legendary quick hacks. I guess it's time to show this build in action, so hit the like button and subscribe. I'll let my guns do the talking for the rest of the video. This has been Hectic1 signing out.